The best of the Morning X99X.
Please rise and welcome Steve Martin to the Morning X.
Hello there.
Hello, Steve Martin. Welcome to Atlanta.
Wait, let me turn down my radio. Oh, it's not on.
Caller, please turn down your radio.
Steve Martin, the playwright.
Have you been on Larry King's show?
Yes.
I always like when he gets curt with the callers. When he gets short with them.
Can you turn it down?
Oh, on the radio issue.
Yeah, when they call in.
Yeah, or the TV.
When was the last time you were in Atlanta?
It was about 4 years ago. I was doing a movie. I was all over the place on my bicycle, too.
Oh, yeah?
We remember that. There were all sorts of Steve Martin sightings.
Yeah, well.
I do remember that.
I remember that.
You spent a lot of time at Lenox Mall. I remember that.
I actually ate dinner right next to you, but I didn't want to, interrupt at Buckhead
So you
Diner.
prefer just to call me up and have me on the radio?
Right, that's much easier.
Yeah.
It's unlike me not to interrupt, but yeah, Buckhead Diner, you were dining.
We had a listener that saw you at South City Kitchen the other night.
All over the place.
The other night?
Yeah,
You mean last night?
Last night.
Uh-huh.
South City Kitchen.
You're doing this lunch with Kenny today, right?
That's right, yeah. I think I'm being paid $1 million to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tickets are $450 a piece.
That's right.
Right. The play, we're not. Is it La Pie or La Pie?
I say Lapin Agile.
Lapin
Picasso
Agile.
at the Lapin Agile.
Is this the first?
Of course, what I say is probably completely wrong, but...
Is this the first play you've written, or?
well, actually, it is, yeah.
Because I know you've written many movies. How did you? What made you decide to go into playwriting?
The idea of possibility of coming to Atlanta.
Right. That's why not. I got to have a reason to do that. I'll write a play.
Exactly. I was just, it was such a long story, how I started writing that, but I'd written screenplays my whole life, and I'd even published books, and I just felt I wanted to do something with a live audience in front of it.
Is it a comedy? It's a
comedy, and it's kind of an imaginary meeting between Picasso and Einstein when they were young men, just prior to great breakthroughs that each of them made. And it's about that time when you feel something is happening, you're not quite sure what it is, and the world doesn't know what it is, and yet you know something important is going on in your brain, and yet you're still a young guy who likes girls.
How did you choose these two figures in history opposed to others?
Well, it was actually... I had a lifelong interest in Picasso and science, therefore Einstein, so it was a natural pick. And also they were both... it plays about the 20th century, too, in its greater sense. So the fact that their accomplishments were centered in the first decade of the 20th century was... and that they influenced the entire 20th century was perfect timing for me.
Great line in the paper today, Steve. It says Einstein and Picasso face off to see who can draw the faster. And you know it's Steve Martin territory when you hear the theme from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Right.
When one of the things about your comedy that always struck me, because it's like, as you know, comedy does not it plays in one country what may not play in another country.
Right.
Is what you like your movies and when you were doing stand-up back then, are there some countries that just didn't get you?
Bally
didn't get you.
Just didn't get Steve Martin.
I don't know what's wrong with them.
I mean, do you have any recollection of like standing in front of an audience doing stuff that killed in the United States and they were just, they just didn't get it?
Well, I didn't really do my stand-up in Europe, so I kind of don't know, although this play has been translated into German and Japanese and French, and has been performed in all those languages, so I assume it's working. Although I've never seen one in a foreign language.
Well, when did you write it?
I'm sorry, I can't reveal that.
All righty. Next question.
No, I wrote it about 4 years ago.
Steve, any movies ready to go that you...
Yes, I'm starting a movie with Goldie Hawn called The Out-of-Towners, and then I'm doing a movie with Eddie Murphy in the summer that I wrote called Bowfinger's Big Thing.
Now, is The Out-of-Towners a remake of the Sandy Dennis, Jack Lemmon movie?
It is, but it's quite extensively rewritten.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That was I think that is one of my all-time favorite movies. What a great... Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
He's a busy man.
Are you starring in it?
In The Out-of-Towners?
Yeah, with
Goldie, yes.
Yeah.
Now, after the run of the play here at the Alliance, what are the plans? Are you going to another city? I mean, what?
Well, there is a U.S. tour going on now, actually.
Excellent.
A different company, but Yeah, that's going to go on for 9 months. It's been quite a success, the play. It's very thrilling to have your first play sort of reach out there and touch people. Like Coke or AT&T or whatever it is.
Right. How much hand do you have in the direction of the play at this point?
None.
You're just there as a consultant, so to speak?
That's the power of influence, is when you have no power.
Right, then you're really powerful.
Yeah,
when
that's when you're really
none.
powerful, is when you can't say anything.
Panagile.
That's the name of a bar in Paris, by the way, that Picasso frequented or haunted when he was a young man.
Before you go, one last
final thing.
We have a thing that when we have people on...
No, this is easy.
This is easy. This is not... Yeah, don't worry about it. Last person was Conan O'Brien, who did not fare very well at this.
Oh, it's a contest?
It's a contest between... It's a quiz among celebrities.
Okay.
15 seconds you'll have. In 15 seconds to name as many fish as possible.
It's very easy. We'll give you a second to clear your head. Anything underwater counts.
Yeah, anything in the ocean,
swimming.
actually.
Anything swimming.
Anything swimming.
Okay, now wait a minute.
Yeah, he has a second. We give everyone a few seconds to
deep breath.
Clear their heads and stuff.
He's got his fishing
I'm going to be naming...
Fish. Go.
Wait a minute. I haven't ready to start yet.
I have a feeling.
What is he? He's got an...
Here goes the clock.
Maybe I just happen to have
an internet hookup.
Right. I'm just dialing up the internet.
On your mark, get set, go.
Okay, I will say scrod, salmon, cod, sole, bass, sea bass, Chilean sea bass. Notice that's all the fancy restaurant fishes. Fish.
Seven.
Let's see. Anchovy is clam of fish. A mussel of fish is an oyster.
It's over, Steve.
You got
15
7
seconds is up.
7 seconds. Oh, okay.
The champ was 30
There's a lobster of fish.
Yeah, but it's over, Steve.
Am I done?
It's done.
You're done.
It's done.
You got 7.
You got 7.
The world champion has 13.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What happened to... Are you counting lobster?
Yeah, sure.
Anything under the
I only got 7.
You got about at that point. You got about 9.
When you
10.
mentioned the restaurant menu thing, you took up 4 seconds.
Ooh, but that was worth it.
It was worth it. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks for being on the show.
Okay,
we appreciate it.
Comedy is the ability to make people laugh without making them puke.
The best of the Morning X.
99X.